be students among those walking the path paved by our own Robin Roberts.
Great.
As the college opens its doors to the new Robin Roberts Broadcast Media Center.
The Robin Roberts Broadcast Media Center represents not only transformation, but the future of our university, leading and building competitive edge for our graduates.
A proud Southeastern Louisiana University alum, Robin found success in her own career, but always stayed true to her roots. Returning to campus over the years, during her battle with cancer.
I'm so proud to be a lion! I'm so proud to be a lion!
All right, that's enough of that video. You guys already know exactly who this woman is, right? You can tell. Oh, I shouldn't say woman. It's an MTF, right? Right. You can see it with her hand sign there at the bottom middle. You know it in everything she's wearing, her hand signs, everything. And it says she's a practitioner, transcendental meditation expert. Okay, that just did not flow out of my mouth properly, but you can see what I'm saying, right? The only thing we should be meditating on is the Word of God, period. But just to show, I mean, there is her new spouse, like, right? And look at that necklace there. Oh, yes, receiving many awards. Yeah, but you can see it with her hand sign exactly who she is. But she'll be receiving a Hollywood Walk of Fame, yeah, this coming year, just like Shaquille O'Neal. And we know exactly who he is. Sorry for the fuzzy pictures, but that's just how it came out. But anyway, let's get to the main point of my video. And that's this incident that happened at the airport. I'm going to just share a few very short clips. I'm just going to point out what I'm going to be showing is the 49 years old. Opposite of that is 940, as above, so below. That's how they love to play the game. So take a listen and share your thoughts.
In the meantime, I do want to take you out to Atlanta, where officials with the city, as well as the police department, giving an update to a situation that happened over the weekend where a man was threatening to use an AK-47 in the airport. And let's listen right now to the updates coming from this story.
An incident that could have been tragic, but was averted. We are here to talk about an incident that occurred at Hartsfield-Jackson. But in particular, 27 or more lives could have been lost today because an individual came into Hartsfield-Jackson that had mental challenges. This individual, thankfully, his family went to the Cartersville police and shared with them what was going on, and they alerted APD, and APD and the airport were aware, and this crisis was averted. But this individual did have a semi-automatic weapon, and this individual was mentally challenged. And when you have those combinations together, it can turn out to be deadly.
Only 27 lives were averted? Interesting. But take a listen to what the police officer says.
We're here today because to announce an arrest of an individual that posed a threat to our airport, but also to note that because of the community, in case of the family, as well as the joint collaboration of law enforcement, that a tragedy was indeed averted. The Atlanta airport, the busiest in the world, most efficient, remains safe. Each and every day we have a range of resources in place to keep the airport safe, including our special response team and the many officers that are assigned there. That team trains regularly for scenarios just like today, and I want to thank them and women of the airport for their response. We have taken in custody and have under arrest a Billy Cagle, age 49, resident of Cartersville, Georgia. At approximately 9:40 this morning, team trains regularly for scenarios just like today. Billy Cagle, age 49, resident of Cartersville, Georgia. At approximately 9:40, department of a potential threat at the airport. Cartersville Police Department was alerted by the family of Mr. Cagle that he was streaming on social media, that he was headed to the airport, in their words, to shoot it up. And the family stated that he was in possession of an assault rifle. What we didn't know is that Mr. Cagle had already arrived at the airport. In fact, we know that he arrived at 9:29, going to the south terminal, and that he entered the airport shortly thereafter at 9:31, and that he entered the airport shortly thereafter at 9:31. At that time, we do not believe he was armed.
So he arrived at 9:29, so there you go. Again, as above, so below. But you can look at the numbers, if you're unaware that the 15 equals the square of Saturn and how it's everywhere, including in the United Nations meditation room, and the 777, what that equals to. But did you notice his hand sign? Yeah, that one right there. We've seen that several times before. We know that they use this all the time, and they're club members that use this. And they might use it in various ways, as you can see right here, but we know that everyone, they're all in the same club. That's all I can say. But now you have to see this right here.
At approximately 9:29, and the people enter the airport to self-proper at 9:31. The enter top left, you see him right here in the blue shirt, right here. You'll go into the TSA area, has high interest in that area, and you'll see the number of travelers that are there that are preparing to depart. Our officers, armed with this photograph, are able to pick him out of that crowded area. Are able to take him into custody.
All right, I really wanted to slow that down for you so you could really see no police officer or person would shake their hands like this. This is clearly a Freemason handshake. I'm just making a point. So do you trust this news clip at all? What happened? Sorry, I don't, because to me, it seems like they're all in the same club. They're the ones creating this, and I can't remember now if I had that in the clip or not, but the main point of this is to create fear. I'll add it at the end. If I missed out, I'll try to take a look. But we know exactly they're all a part of the same club. There's a picture of the UN meditation room. They use signs, symbols, hand signs, numbers, you name it, because they have to show respect to the one that they worship, Satan. And it's how they communicate to each other. It's a bunch of lies. That's all I'm saying. I don't trust anything that is out of this TV. I'm just saying. So try to enjoy the show. Try to laugh. Yes, I try to laugh because otherwise this chaos and all the deception, it will bring you down. And no, the joy of the Lord is our strength. And we know who the enemy is. We understand who's controlling the media. So all you can do is laugh and watch and try to wake up others. All right. God bless you guys. Take care. Let's have a great weekend. Until next time.
And he happened to also have been a felon from a few years back. So he's a felon with a semi-automatic weapon, and he's got mental challenges. And he's approaching the world's busiest and most efficient airport. This crisis, we're thankful to God and to good information and good intel and good people for this crisis being averted. Just a few weeks ago, we dealt with the CDC shooting that occurred in this city, where another individual coming out of Kennesaw had a mental challenge and a high-powered weapon and ended up killing a DeKalb County police officer and striking the CDC, as well as striking fear into the communities around, as well as striking fear into the communities around.